Hi, I'm Sharon Macklis at IDG Communications, here with episode 42 of Do More with R, Add Color to Text in ggplot2. That's one of the cool things I learned at RStudio conference this year. And it's a bit easier than I thought, thanks to the ggtext package. So let's take a look. I installed the dev version of ggplot2 from GitHub to make sure I had the super latest version, since in general, some things demoed at the conference aren't on CRAN yet. And ggtext definitely does not work with some older versions of ggplot. You have to install ggtext from GitHub, since as of this recording, it's not on CRAN. I use the remotes package to install from GitHub. DevTools does the same thing. Note in my code, I include the argument build_vignettes equals true. That makes sure I have package vignettes on my system. After those are installed, I'll load ggplot2, ggtext, and dplyr. For demo data, I'm going to use info about R tweets compared with Python tweets. I took a random sample of 1,000 of each, did some filtering, and then calculated how many in each group have at least 5 likes, at least 5 retweets, include a URL, and include media like a photo or video. If you'd like to follow along, you can download that small summarized data frame from this video's associated InfoWorld article, or use any data that has a few groups, a few categories, a few values, and makes sense for a stacked bar chart. So let me load the data and take a look. You see it's in long format. 1 column for the hashtag, 1 for the category, and only 1 column with values. That's just the structure you want for most ggplot graphs. Here in this code, I'm making a basic grouped bar chart and saving it to a variable I'm calling my_chart. You run the code. The first line tells ggplot that I'm using the graph_data data frame, and I want the category column on the x-axis, num tweets in the y-axis, and hashtag to be the fill color for the bars. Second line creates a column chart. Position dodge groups the bars instead of stacking them. The alpha 0.9 just makes the bars a little transparent. 1 is fully opaque. The rest of the code customizes the look of the graph. I'm using the minimal theme, getting rid of x and y axis labels, removing the default grid lines, and then setting colors for the bars. Now let's see what that looks like. You can see a basic graph with a legend. And next I'll add a title. Let me zoom that if you can see it a little better. Title, the bars, and the legend here. But at a separate RStudio conference session on general data viz best practices, we were told that making people look at a legend off to the side wasn't really ideal. Putting the color right in the graph headline can be better for the viewer. So let's do that. Knowing a little HTML styling with inline CSS, that's short for cascading style sheets, will definitely help you customize your text. Here I'm using span tags to section off the parts of the text I want to affect: Python and rstats. In the span tag, I'm setting a style, specifically setting text color and then the hex value of the color I want. This is standard HTML styling, and there are loads of tutorials on the web if you want brief explainers. You can also use available color names in addition to hex values. This could say red or dark blue instead of the hex. Now let me run that. And if I zoom that, hopefully you can see Python is orange and rstats is blue. Note that there are 2 parts to this. In addition to adding my styling to the text here, I need to add element_markdown to whatever plot element has the colors. I do that here inside the theme function for plot.title. I actually find it a little hard to see the colors in this headline text, though. I can add strong HTML tags to make the text bold, which I did here. I also added legend position equals none to remove the legend, since there's no need to have it twice, hopefully. Let me run that. And hopefully that's a little easier to see. If I want to change the color of the x-axis text, I need to add that data to my graph data. In this code, I'm creating a new column that will add bold italic red to the 5 likes and 5 RTs category labels and styles the rest as bold italic without the red color. I will add that to my data. Take a look at that. And you see now I've got that new column. Next, I need to recreate the full chart to use the new updated data frame. This chart code is mostly the same as before, but with 2 changes. My x-axis is now using that new category with color column. And I added element underscore markdown to the theme function here so that it applies to the x-axis text. Let me run that. And if I zoom, hopefully you can see, a little small, but hopefully you can see that these 2 are red bold italic and these 2 are black italic. There's more you can do with ggText, such as creating stylized text boxes and adding images to axes. But package author Klaus Wilke warned us at the conference not to go too crazy, because everything you can do in R Markdown isn't yet supported here. The package is under development. You can check out the website to see the latest at wilkelab.org/ggtext. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. For more R tips, head to the Do More with R page at bit.ly/DoMoreWithR, all lowercase except for the R. You can also find the Do More with R playlist on the YouTube IDG Tech Talk channel, where you can subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Hope to see you next time.